Hello, in this Out of the Park Baseball 24 series with the Portland Ivy. In this episode, we are going to be finishing the first season of the series and previewing the offseason, going through our top prospects, our top players, our season stats, our prospect season stats, etc., etc. So, we are on August 1st, just past the trade deadline. We just made a couple moves. I don't believe they'll be on here. They won't, because I deleted it, but of course I did. If we go to logs, major transactions log, we traded Blake Trinan and Juan Flores, a 18-year-old prospect, to the Oakland Athletics. I, for some reason, didn't recognize the logo. But Trinan, I believe, goes back to Oakland. If I'm speaking correctly, I am. Yeah, he was part of a three-team trade which sent AJ Cole, Blake Trinan, and a player to be named later to the Nationals. Cool. Um, and then he was traded back to the Athletics along with Luzardo and Noisy. For Ryan Madsen and Sean Doolittle. So yeah, he was two-time Athletic. Um, so yeah, he was traded by us. He was signed by us. He was very good, and then we traded him. And we got back T.J. Schofield, Sam, Danny Bautista, Luis Medina, and Jason Rosario. And then we traded away Cody Poteet and Luis Toribio and Ruben Cardenas to the Phillies, getting Edward Segovia, Rafael Marchand, who then became our starting catcher, Gabriel Rincones, who looks like a solid outfield prospect, Rubiel Armenta, who looks like a solid pitching prospect, and Griff McGarry, who is going to be a solid reliever eventually. One, if he gets that control up. If not, oh well. Then we traded Danny Santana, Taylor Saucedo, Adam Duvall, and Tomas Nido, four major league pieces, but we got the best player in the package, in my opinion, or at least the best player in 5 years. Brando Maya. Maya hasn't pitched or hasn't played. What is this? 23-9 in rookie ball. Okay, 23-9 loss for us. Yeah, he is going to A plus ball, and he should be pretty good there. Yeah, he'll be about league average. We're hoping that he's our one of our corner outfielders of the future. If that defense ticks up a little bit, our center fielder of the future. We also got Jack Neely, who's a really solid pitcher. Osvaldo Cabrera, Jemai Jones, Danny Watson, Jorbit Vivas, Jared Wegner, Matt Sauer, and Odanier Mosqueda. So we got quite the haul for those four players. And we actually do have to bring Osvaldo Cabrera to either the major or minor leagues. I think I'm just going to release Daza or Peralta. No, they've both been pretty good. You're 5'10", you can't play first. Okay. I'm going to send down Jace Bowen. Actually, I'm going to DFA Jace Bowen. You're going to get DFA'd. Because you have sucked so far. So I'm just going to say, yeah, give me that. And give me that. Perfect. So really the key players on this team are key players for the future are Austin Meadows. He's an all-star this year. He's been signed for the 6 seasons after this. So that's going to be his age 30, age 31, age 32, age 33, age 34, and age 35 season. But that sixth season is going to be a $2.2 million buyout. Rafael Marchand is probably the only other player we have that'll be here for the long term. He looks like a really solid catcher, at least defensively. If we would offer him a 5-year contract right there, it should be pretty cheap for us. And then Tyler Ivey is a player who we refused to trade at the trade deadline. He looks solid. Don't know if he's here for the future, but Jack Neely is definitely going to be here for the future. So that is a quick summary of the team. We are going to look at the prospects at the end of the season. So I won't look at that right yet or just yet. But here's a quick overview of the minor league system. Here's most of the players we have. Yeah. There we go. And that's the international complex. I wish we could see potential ratings here. That'd be awesome, but we can't. Okay. And Marchand did sign the deal, so we're hoping he can at least put up like a league average OPS plus, and then be a great glove for us, which he already is. He's always going to be, but hopefully, he can hit for about 270 average is what I'm hoping for with this profile, and then maybe run into 5 homers a season. We just got a really interesting relief prospect, Ismail Escobar. There, we're gonna tell him to, don't worry about the stamina. Worry about that, and worry about the train, or worry about that curveball. And Wilfredo Salas or Salas, it would be Salas, not Salas. I don't know why it would be Salas, but yeah, that's what he's gonna be on. Um, we've lost I think 4 in a row since the trade deadline. Make that 5. Don't make it 6 because we didn't lose that one. Um, we won 2-1. TJ Antone, or Antone, winning player of the game. And yeah, I'll be back probably for our next prospect that's really good, or or just seeing who um who gets a development update at the end of August. And I've made the decision to bring our 2 younger players, Matt Sauer and Luis Medina, both 25 years old, both acquired in trades this past season, into the starting rotation, and they are going to be pitching third and fourth in our rotation. At least they should be. No, they shouldn't be. Because they've already pitched and started, I believe. No? What? Oh, this is different from when it's a relief pitcher. Okay, that's why. I was very confused. No, they will be our 3 and 5 starters. And we also had to call up Odanier Mosqueda, the 25-year-old player we acquired from the Yankees because not White, one of our other relievers went down with a injury. That was Taylor Scott. Now Jake Latz is ready to come back. We're gonna send him on a short rehab stint because he did have a pretty significant injury. So he is going to be leaving the Major League Ball Club for a minute. Forearm stiffness for Ty Blatch. What about Yarbrough? Diagnosis pending. Please. Actually, we don't really. Not that we don't care, but if it was a long-term deal, if it wasn't a long-term thing, he wouldn't be the biggest loss in the world. Bazana has improved a little bit, I believe. Okay, interesting. He looks really solid. Okay, yeah, you're coming up the big league team. Watson. You're very unhappy. You're unhappy with the team record. You just got here, my man. You do look solid, though. Yeah, you're gonna go into the rotations at Yarbrough. Okay, now what's that Yarbrough injury? Please don't be long term. I'm gonna grant you you're 32 and you're not gonna be here next season, but still, please don't be long term. That it's taken 3 days to figure out what's wrong with him. Slightly concerned about our trainer now. I know we have the best trainer in the game, but and there's nothing he can do about it. But I'm still slightly concerned about this injury. Taken 4 days to diagnose what it is. Okay, he has bone chips. I understand why that was kind of difficult to discern. Okay, so KVS Sampson's gonna go into the bullpen now. Jake Latz can be our 1 starter now. That doesn't matter as much to me. And we are going to sim until obviously we're not going to make the playoffs for 61 and 85. I'm going to sim until Danny Watson's major league debut. As Tyler Ivey gets player of the game nod. Jesus Castillo, 86 to 88. I understand you're still only 18. That's a little slow, my man. Okay. Play against Chicago. We won. And Danny Watson was the player of the game in his first major league start. Very, very good. It's what you like to see. He threw 5 and 1/3 with 2 earned runs, 3 Ks, 7 ground ball outs, and 6 fly ball outs. Faced 24 batters, threw 87 pitches, and his game score was 49, not 46. Cool. Austin Meadows is on pace for 4.0 more exactly. Looks pretty solid, and we are going to see sim past the KBO trade deadline day. I believe this is the KBO trade deadline day. And then we are going to call up 2 players for roster expansion. Cool. So Chase Burns is improving. His potential stuff is gone up. That's just stupid, but Mencius is improving in his velocity, which means his stuff should go up. Pudigiani, his current power went up, so he looks like has 25s, which means you probably go into rookie ball, but I'm not going to force it. His infield range went up to 65 instead of 60. That looks good. Lasova, his outfield range went up a little bit. His potential contact went up. Red Hot Portland rookie named AL's best. That was Tyler Ivey. He's been very, very solid so far this season. Probably not going to sign him up to a long-term deal, but we did purchase him from from the indie leagues. But he won Rookie of the Month in the AL. Very, very cool. We are now going to call up. Did he get injured again? He did get injured again. Okay. I don't know who to call up now. I was gonna call up Ahmed or Ahmed. I'm pronouncing it like it's an Arabic name. Nick Ahmad, and Gabriel Rincones Jr. Are gonna be the two guys that come up, which means we are going to move Vivas to second. I don't want to click on England Brian. I don't even know how I got there. Yeah, Fletcher's been terrible, so we're gonna move Vivas to second, and then Rincones into right, I believe. Who's better defensively? You both have the exact same defensive profile. And I would like you getting a little bit of at bats, so I'm going to switch you two. Switch you two. And I want you batting like here. Cool. I don't want you playing that much. I would prefer not to have a defensive sub either. You can, if starter's tired, prefer not to have a defensive substitute there. Either. Because I want those two guys playing as much as possible. They're only 23, but they're going to make their Major League debut now. Cool. So it's the end of the season. We went 67 and 95. Tyler Ivey was our best pitcher, putting up a 2.5 WAR in just 103 innings. And Austin Meadows was our best hitter, putting up a 4 WAR in 123 starts. So let's take a look at how everybody played. Pitching, we'll sort by our WAR. So just as results were, how they exactly performed. Tyler Ivey, very solid season from him. He had a bad start in his last one that bumped his ERA up to 3.76, but still, very, very solid season. Oops. Brendan White was our best reliever by our WAR. 25 years old, was an expansion draft pick from the Tigers. Yeah, I mean, he didn't give up a lot of home runs, didn't strike a lot of people out, gave up more hits than he did Ks, but I guess he got a little lucky. Luis Medina was solid for Oakland, or was solid for us in terms of his ERA, but he did walk way too many people, a 6.4 walks per 9. Granted, only 28 and 1/3 innings, but I do expect that to continue, so he'll likely move to the bullpen next year. We just needed someone to take that starting rotation spot. Then Jake Latz, he was pretty solid for us, really more solid towards the beginning of the season, but then he had just a terrible end of the season, right? I believe that was, yeah, 5, 5, 3, and 4 earned runs. His ERA just kept going up. DJ Hertz was pretty solid. Jack Neely was really good. He will likely be on our starting in our bullpen next year. Matt Sauer, pretty decent in terms of WAR, but in terms of our WAR, but WAR not so much. Steven Jones, who's terrible. Antone, O'Donnell Mosqueda, Angel Felipe, KV Simpson, Brad Boxberger, all terrible. And all will not be on the Major League roster next season, hopefully. Okay. Now for the hitters. Sort by WRC+. Austin Meadows was really solid. Obviously, he was our best player. He was one of our all-stars. He's tied down for the next 6 seasons. Jahmai Jones was pretty solid in his 93 plate appearances. He got the spark plug personality. You could definitely see him in our bench next season. David Peralta was surprisingly pretty good. Minor league free agent signing at the beginning of the season. Didn't start the whole year, but he was pretty good. Gene Segura, not as good. He was below average, but Derek Hill, this guy was a revelation defensively. I believe he had a 17.8 zone rating. So he's definitely coming back next year. I definitely want him back. Don't really have to negotiate an extension for him because he will be on the league minimum next year too. Oswaldo Cabrera was bad for us. Jonathan Daza was very good defensively, I believe. Yep, very good defensively against 59 starts in right field. Drobit Vivas wasn't as good when he came up as he. Wow, he wasn't good in the minors either. Never mind. So yeah, did come straight up from Double A though, so kind of comes to slack a little bit. Is it your B Vivas? It might be your B, your Bay. Rafael Marchand, you don't want a little bit more with the bat, but the glove is more than enough to make up for it. David Fletcher was not good, but his glove was good. Female Machine was not good. Or Makin was not good. He was not good. Gabriel Ranconis was terrible in 12 starts, but he'll likely be on the major league team next year. And Bobby Bradley, a 0 WRC plus in 34 starts. I'm going to release him right now. Okay, now looking at all players who made an appearance for us this season. Go to the history index, go to the batter registers, and then go sort by WAR for batters. Our best player was Nick. Our best player that isn't on the major league roster right now is Nick Ahmed. Danny Santana was really solid for us. We're gonna check how he did for the Yankees. He was great. He was the same player he was with us. And then if we sort by WAR again, Adam Duvall was incredible with the Yankees. I see him filling in for Judge and Stanton when needed, but probably not starting over either of them. And then go back there. I don't know why I skipped that. Tomas Nido, how was he with the Yankees? Absolutely putrid. Let's see. Yeah, none of these guys made a big trade. I guess where is Ruben Cardenas? How's he with the Yankees? Or the Phillies, I mean. Not very good. And now if we go to pitchers, sort by WAR, Cody Poteet, how was he with the Phillies? He was bad. Quite frankly, he was pretty bad. I assume they won't give him arbitration this year, so that means he might come back. Blake Trinan with the Athletics was just as good as he was with us. And let's take a look at that trade. How was Juan Flores developing? He didn't even play. I assume the rookie leagues ended by then. But I mean, he's still looking decent if we wanted to trade for him. Past trade deadline, yeah, obviously. If we wanted to trade for him, I wonder what it would cost. Nabil Chrismont, how did he perform for? Never mind, he's just injured. I forgot we didn't trade him. Yeah, and that's probably gonna be it. Now, if we take a look at our top prospects, go to player development. Our minor league teams all had 100 plus losses. The Columbus Airhogs went 70 and 8, 125. Yikes. He doesn't handle losing well, so we might just call him to Double A. We're going to fill out our minor league teams this offseason, but yeah. Luis Leal is our number 19 prospect. He has not touched the minors yet. Quintanilla is 26. Mencias is 186. Yuveno Mayeras. And then Brandon Maya, how did he do? He was not good in A+ ball, so we might call him. No, we're just going to leave him there. He's angry, he doesn't handle losing well, but he's very happy with his performance. Are you sure, my man? You have 383 OPS. I'd be happier if that was your OBP, my man. Jack Neely, solid. Vivas, we already went over all these guys. Olalde, either one. He had a -3 WAR in the minors this season. I called him up way too soon. I forgot about that. Don't look. Lorenzo Cedrola was pretty solid in AAA. Schofield Sam, not doing too hot. Armenta, Wegner, and Jason Rosario. Cool. So, now I want to go to history, transaction history. No, not decision. This is decision history? Yes, so I want to see my top 15 trades by WAR. So, we gained 0.1 WAR in the Cody Poteet trade, and then we lost 1.3 WAR in the, what's it called? In the Oswaldo Cabrera trade, including Danny Santana and Adam Duvall. And then we lost 0.2 WAR, so we've only made 3 trades. Our best acquisitions have been Austin Meadows, Derek Hill, Tyler Ivey, and our greatest losses have been Adam Duvall, Santana, Cardenas, Trinan, and Saucedo. I really love this screen. That screen is awesome. So glad they added it. And yeah, that should be pretty good. And we have the number one prospect in baseball, apparently. Sterling Z- oh, that's such a hard name to pronounce. Zglinky. No, I assume this G is silent, or Z is silent. Glenicki? Zlenicki. I don't know, but he's the number one prospect in baseball. It looks like a really solid defensive third baseman or shortstop. Might even start at first with that bat. Just get someone better defensively in the corner. But I mean, he's just ridiculous. So yeah, the owner is happy with us. We have the top six, we have a top three minor league system. We did suck, but to be fair, but we were always gonna suck. It's an expansion team. We did better than most expansion teams have. And yeah, that's going to be all for this episode. Actually no, it's not. I want to go through. Bazana's not even a top 100 prospect, which kind of sucks. But we'll see at the end of the offseason. Or I guess he's not yet because they haven't done the offseason yet. But what I want to do is pretty much get rid of everybody who is not going to be on the major league team next year. Just DFA them. Everybody who's in the minor leagues right now, you're going to get DFA'd. And then we're going to try and trade away pretty much everyone and build an entirely new team this offseason. So yeah, thank you for watching episode 3 of the Portland IV series. If you enjoyed the video, I'm not going to ask you to leave a like because that is sappy and I don't really care for monetization on these videos. But if you want to leave a comment telling me how you did or how you enjoyed the video, what you would do instead, if you enjoyed some of the moves I made this episode, not that we made too many, how you pronounce that Australian guy's name, I assume it's Glenicki. We're just going to call him the Great One. The Great. Sterling the Great. That's what we're going to call him. Sterling the Great. So can I change his name? Editor. Interesting. I can change uniform number. Okay, I'm not too worried about that. Anyways, if we take a look at our last thing I want to do. It's the last thing I want to do, I promise. Our leaders batting average, obviously we only have one player qualify. I believe that's 500. Yeah, 502 plate appearances needed. Only one player qualified for all of these. But WAR, yeah, okay. WAR, Austin Meadows, Derek Hill, Nick Ahmed, Gene Segura, Danny Santana. I wonder if they're going to bring him back. If not, I would love to pick him back up and be our first baseman next year. Same thing with Adam Duvall. I'd love to bring him back, but I assume they'll bring him back. Games. Wait, what? Cool. Okay, yeah, games. There's our games. At bats, runs. Gene Segura had the most runs. Hits. Derek Hill had the most hits. Total bases, Derek Hill. Singles, Gene Segura. Doubles, David Peralta. Triples, Derek Hill. Homers, Meadows, Duvall, Hill, Santana, Peralta, Nito, Cardenas, Segura, Bowen, Bradley. Cool. I hope to see everybody in the triple digits here in numerous years. Have our top 10 all be in triple digits. That'd be awesome. Derek Hill is 63. 63 RBIs, 24 stolen bases for Derek Hill. Walks, hit by pitch, strikeouts, etc., etc. Now we go to pitching. No one had 162 innings pitched. Cody Petit leads us some wins. Losses, Yarbrough. Saves, Angel Felipe and Brendan White. WAR, obviously Ivy 2.5. Games pitched. Not too worried about that. Games started. Complete games. Shutouts, innings pitched, hits allowed. Walks per 9 innings. None of these are going to be. And then our WAR. This is a new addition this year, I believe. It's not easy to find our WAR stats. But yeah. Or I've never seen our WAR on there, is what I meant to say. Corbin Burns, how do you do this year? Just led the league in fit minus. Nothing, some slight. Okay. So yeah, that'll do it for this episode. In the next episode, we'll cover the playoffs and the entire 2024 offseason, building our new team for 2025 and our new team for episode 5. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.